Hey guys, what's going on? Retire on Dividends here. Back to make another how to retire on video. This time, as requested by many, FEPI. It's FEPI's turn. So who is FEPI? FEPI is another high yield ETF, but this one is from RecShares. So what do? They own big tech companies and they sell covered calls in them. And they generate premium from the covered calls so that they could pay us a very good distribution. Now, unlike YieldMax, they actually own the underlyings. Which means, they can actually, they don't have to sell them for a profit, or a loss on the covered calls. So it works a little differently. But FEPI, they incepted on October 11th, 2023. Their current price as of this video, which again, I'm recording June 11th, although the website says as of June 7th, price is $54.49. The fund is pretty big, $253 million. Their expense ratio is a little cheaper than YieldMax and Defiance, 0.65%. Their distribution rate is 25.2%, and they've made many payments so far, anywhere from $1.15 down to $1.09, all the way up to $1.20, but pretty consistent payments they got here. Here's their holdings, companies like AMD, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, etc. So, and again, you can see they own them outright, and they sell calls on all of them, and they cash settle them for the most part from what I see. However, they do have to make sure that they are equally weighted on all of these funds. Obviously, you see NVIDIA is 8.67%, but some of these others are around the same range. But NVIDIA has been on a tear, so it's probably going to be updated on the next maybe it's monthly or so reallocation. What else? That's pretty much it from the website. I can't click on any links because I'm not connected to the internet. I'm making this video on my lunch break, and I have to go on airplane mode for that. So in a nutshell, that is FEPI, and it's a pretty damn good fund in my opinion. But go check it out. Go read the fact sheet. Go read the prospectus. There's a lot of good information. I made a review on them a while back. I made 2 reviews on them. So I'll post the latest review I did if that helps you guys, and you guys can check that out. All right, so anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here for to see the numbers. How can you retire on RecShares FEPI fund? So FEPI is on the list here. It was number 7 down on this list, right? But they are in demand, so I'm going to add them, move them up. And then maybe next will be Coney, maybe, or YMAG. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever you guys, I'll use this video. I always use the latest video, and I'll say whatever the majority comments is, that'll be the next video. So leave in the comments below what, the next how to retire on video. And obviously, I plan to do 1 a week. If I could do more, I will. If I could do less, obviously, I'll have to do less. But for now, I do it when I can. All right, so let's look into the numbers. So a lot of the people that watch me are 50 years old, which, I'll get into that in a second. But I try to do a little different scenario every single time. I was using my own personal scenario, but obviously that's not fair if I always do that. But all right, let's start from the beginning. FEPI incepted October 11th, 2023. The price when they incepted was $51.83. Today's price, or at least the price as of June 10th, was $54.73. That's a capital appreciation of $2.90 or 5.6%. They have paid total distributions of $8.16 because, as we mentioned, they paid all those different ranges, but it totals $8.16. So that yielded so far 15.74%. All right. So the total return to date is 1106 with distributions and capital appreciation, which is 21.34%. However, we want to use the average yield, right? So what are they paying out each and every month as of the declaration? And it basically, in summary, it comes to 25%. So, I mean, but the average comes to 25.17%. So that's what you can expect to yield year in and year out. And the capital appreciation so far, as we mentioned, it comes to 5.6%. You know, similar to like QQQY, the capital depreciation, it only had a short term that went from September to June, which maybe it wasn't fair. Maybe I should have decreased it more. But just like FEPI, I'm only going to use October to June. So maybe it could increase more or maybe it can go down. I don't know. But I'm using as of today. Again, a lot of these videos aren't going to be as good until we get a full year out. But I'll just use the 5.6% capital appreciation for now. All right, so again, let's assume you're 50. A lot of people that watch me are typically around this age. All right, let's assume you can afford $10,000, like you have $10,000 in the bank, you need to invest it in something. And then obviously we said the starting yield is 25%. And let's also assume you can, what's this? Oh, starting monthly income. Yeah, that's the starting monthly income based on the $10,000 investment with a 25% yield is $209.79. I don't need that there, but it's there. Annually, you're going to put in $12,000 a year, which comes to $2,000 a month. Ooh, the expense ratio I did not update, right? What do we say it was? 0.65%? Yeah, 0.65%. Sitting in my car on my lunch break. Hopefully no one comes by and sees me. But so all in all, if we take the total capital appreciation and subtract out the expense ratio, right? So we do C17 minus D17 divided by 12. We're looking at a capital appreciation of 0.41% per month. And again, we're going to assume a tax rate of 25%. All right, so let's run through the first month. All right, so capital, you're starting with $10,000, okay? Contributions, $2,000 per month. That's a monthly income of $209.79 or an annualized income of $2,517.18. And then here, unlike the others, you'll get capital appreciation of $41.21. So your capital as of the next month, if you take, you take the 10 G's plus the 2,000 plus the $209.79 plus the $41.21 minus $52 in taxes, right? So what does that look like? Well, the next month, again, you start the next month with $12,198, which again, that month you're making $255.88. The next month you're making $302.92. So again, this is assuming the perfect world based on the numbers. The numbers will repeat just as they did. But obviously, past performance does not mean future performance. It could be better, it could be worse. But you get the gist. I just wanted to show you how this calculation comes about. All right, so now, what you've all been waiting for. What is your annual income? All right, let's look at the first 2 years. All right, first year, your annualized income is $2,500. I mean, that's really not going to help anything. 5 years, after 5 years, although it's 4 years to be honest. I screwed up the calculation because if you look, you'll be 54. Your annual income from that investment plus, again, the $2,000 that's going in, $46,000 a year. That's $3,800 a month. Year 10, you're looking at $207,000 annualized income or $17,000 a month. A lot of people can retire on that. Some people can retire on $46,000, I guess, if you live in the Philippines. Year 15, you're looking at $732,000 in annualized income or $61,000 a month. Year 20, annualized income of $2.4 million or $203,000 per month. Again, these numbers sound insane. Can they keep up 25% yield with a 5.6% capital appreciation? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Capital appreciation, I'm thinking they'll stay flat in the long run. So if we take that and we just, let's say, times 0, right? You get 0. So what's our numbers then? Year 10, 148,000. Year 15, 415,000. Year 20, 1 million. It's still looking good. So even if you stay capital flat, it's still a solid fund. So again, I think the 25% yield will happen. The question is, can you stay capital flat? Can you get a little capital, or is the capital going to go down over time? Because that would change the numbers. So again, you want to have an idea. If you invest in FEPI, is this a good long-term investment? Can you retire on it? And nobody knows the answer to that. Nobody knows how future performance, is going to go, right? You don't know. But again, we have the numbers that we have, and we can plug in what we want. So that's the point of these videos. I wanted to show you what's possible. Now let's just assume one more thing. Let's say you have no money to put in each month. Why did monthly investment not update? Oh, that's weird. This was a formula. And it's supposed to be this, that, divided by 12. Yeah, I don't know what happened. All right, so anyway, capital gains goes to negative. All right, so let's say you're 60 and you have 250,000 that you have either invested in other funds or in the bank. Is that enough for you to live off of if you put 100% of it in FEPI? Well, year one, which is, right off the bat, or you know what, let's go to the calculation tab. 250,000 will provide you $1,200 in weekly income, or 5,200 monthly, or 62,000 annually. Is that enough for you to retire? Maybe, maybe not. Obviously, for some people it is, for some people it isn't. But maybe you're 60 and you have 500K. Is that enough to retire? Let's see. Okay, that'll generate 125,000 a year, or 10,000 a month. For a lot of people, that is enough to retire. But again, play around with the numbers. The only point of these, the point of this video is to show how the funds performed, how these high yield funds performed, and how they plug in to, the spreadsheet, and how they could possibly perform in the long run if they perform as they did. Again, I know I get a lot of comments, it's not going to perform this well in the future. Okay, then plug in whatever you damn well please, right? You can put no capital appreciation. You could put zero capital appreciation. You could put no monthly investment. You could put no tax. I don't care. But the point is, I want to share these spreadsheets with the community. That's the whole point. I want to show you what's possible based on these high yield funds. And I want to try all the different funds because all of them perform differently. But a lot of people do love FEPI. FEPI is a really good performer. But I'm going to put this spreadsheet on the Discord for you guys to download and play around with. Feel free to share how you guys are doing. Share it in the Rec Shares channel and let me know how it looks for you. All right, guys. But anyway, that's all I pretty much got. Again, I'll do a different scenario every time. Maybe the next video I'll do a younger person or a middle age. I don't know, whatever. But then, but the point is, making these videos, hopefully it motivates some people to show you what is possible, because anything is possible. And again, the 60-year-old, they put in 500,000, but if they keep working another 4 years, they could be making 259,000. So the reinvestment component, man, that matters. That is crazy. So I love it. I love plugging in the numbers and looking what's possible in 5, 10 years, 20 years. Imagine, it's just crazy. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. And keep in mind, as mentioned, again, I'm using historical data. Future performance will not replicate historical data. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we can use what we have and go from there. As mentioned, leave in the comments down below the next ETF that you would like me to use for the Retire On series, okay? And then I'll go with the majority. Obviously, it kind of has to be on this list. I don't know who else is really out there, but if I'm missing someone, let me know. But we're doing high yield dividend ETFs only, really. So let me know, guys. All right, that's all I got for today. And I hope you guys have a good one. Later.